we're talking about accountability. It's me and my husband. I wanted Ryan to be in the video because I think he has a lot of really good points on this topic. I wanted to talk about words and how they matter. And this is something you've brought up to me.
Yes, I have.
So, what is your take on why words are so important, first of all?
And spirituality, manifestation, and that aspect of prayer, words matter. They manifest the things. The words you say brings the gifts closer to you when you're manifesting. The words you say not necessarily stops them, but slows the progress of you getting to things that you're trying to manifest. At the same time, we probably all know that person, woe is me, nothing ever goes my way, nothing ever seems to go right, I can't do anything right, everyone's picking on me. And we see them and they have horrible, horrible luck because the words they are using.
Right. Which goes along with what I was talking about in my previous video about mindset. So I think one of the main things for people that they need to start working on is how they talk to themselves, first of all.
Oh yeah, talking to yourself is going to be a key aspect. We are always harder on ourselves. Men are always cutting themselves down. They're not good enough in this aspect, they're not good enough in that aspect, they're not providing here, they're not providing there, they're not communicating well enough here. Women are their hardest critics.
Right. And would you say, like, personally, I believe that men internalize that a lot more?
Yes, we do.
And judge themselves a lot more harshly, whereas I believe women are more expressive about that.
Yes.
They like, especially you get a group of women together and they start talking about their flaws, right?
Correct,
That's not an uncommon thing. Men do tend to internalize that a lot more, so the way you talk to yourself, whether you're a man or a woman, is really crucial to how your mindset goes into conversations with other people too, though, right? So, like I said, with women, we'll get in a group together and start talking about our flaws, like thinking that it's going to make the other people maybe feel better about themselves, like, no, girl, you look great, look at these fat hips, or whatever, you know, like.
But have you heard the way men talk to other men? We are brutal to each other. As a guy, that's one of the ways we can learn to laugh at our shortcomings. When a man is open and being vulnerable, the men are there to shoulder cry on.
Yeah.
We unfortunately are not reaffirming each other. Oh no, dude, 1,000 more reps, dude, you'll get there. No, we're not doing that. We're being hard. Man, you got that little keg right there because you probably drink a 30-pack of Busch Light a night. Have you ever thought of that? It doesn't matter how many sit-ups you're doing. That 30-pack of Busch is what's doing it to you.
Right. And I think that's kind of like men and women are kind of the opposite in that way too, because we'll sit there and talk each other up.
Oh yeah, because like women ask their men all the time, does this dress make me look a certain way? Do you like my hair? Girls, don't ask the men that. If you know the man doesn't like a floral pattern and he doesn't like floral patterns, and you put on a floral pattern dress and then ask him, do you think I look sexy in this? No, you look like a floral pattern. Are you kidding me? You look like you belong in a garden. And of course, what's the guy gonna do? He doesn't like it, so he's more likely going to say, well, how do you feel in it? Do you like it?
Right.
And if he sees you answer honestly, where you're, oh, I think I look fantastic in it, and you actually mean that you look fantastic, oh yeah, baby, you look great. He no longer sees you in a floral pattern dress. He sees your radiating beauty of how wonderful you feel looking that way.
Right. Okay, that's a good point. I like that. But yeah, so as far as the words matter thing goes, part of the thing I wanted to touch on was also like the stories that we tell other people. So that victim mentality, right? It carries out into the stories that we're constantly telling other people. So as far as manifesting with words, putting that negative out there is what kind of blocks manifestation, right?
Well, yes, it does. We all know a woman that goes to the friend group and complains about her guy. He's not helping with the dishes. He's not doing enough with the kids. He's not da 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 da.
Yeah.
Or he won't buy me this. He won't do this for me. He won't do that for me. To the bunch of their girlfriends.
Yes.
Now the issue with that, even though you might just be venting, you might just have a frustration and it's just been picking at you like, oh my God, he put the toilet paper backwards.
Right.
You know, just venting. In your girlfriend's mind, you're not venting. In reality, they don't truly know the dynamic.
Right, or the whole story.
Or the whole story.
And I can personally attest to this because I've definitely been a part of this. We've been together for 20 years. I know for a fact that even if I had nothing to complain about, if all my friends are complaining about their boyfriends or men or this or blah, 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 it sucks you into it. And you can just fall into the spiral. Like, even if I had nothing to complain about, oh yeah, no, my relationship's great. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm, like, bragging about it, so I would get caught up in that shit. And find something. I would find something.
You would latch on to the past.
Yeah.
Something that you guys talked about, got over. 5 years ago, he lied to you about a pair of shoes you were wearing.
Right.
And now you're harnessing that 5 years later. Now you're getting angry because you're reliving that moment. And now you're going to approach this man who is thinking everything is perfectly A-okay.
Right, because in reality it is.
And now, in reality it is, and now you're upset because something from 5 years ago, and when you bring it up to him, he's going to look at you like, are you fucking crazy?
Right. And of course, you know, it doesn't always just apply to relationships. Like how we talk about our jobs.
Exactly.
Like, we might love our jobs, but if we're in a group of people that are sitting there complaining, find reasons.
Oh yeah, the next time what happens when you go to work? When the next time you show up for your shift, you're in that state of mind of, I really don't want to be here. And the problems that you said with your group of friends is now occurring in real life for you, and you're having that issue.
Right. When we go into, like, having a conversation with our person about our feelings or what something we want or whatever, the expectations of how we think they're going to react.
All right, so I know you have had 1,001 arguments with me in your head before ever talking to me, before ever approaching the subject of what's bothering you and bringing it to my actual attention.
Yeah.
You've had those arguments where in your head it went completely south, it went completely horrible, and the time you actually came and talked to me, you were in a far worse mood than you were to start with.
Yeah.
And it's the things you did in your head.
Yeah.
And they're holding me accountable, just like I cheated on you in a dream, you waking up and being mad at me and accusing me of being a cheater, and it's real because you dreamed about it.
Right.
Does that not make me a cheater?
Right. Right. Because our dreams don't really show you the truth of what's happening or like premonitions of what's happening necessarily. They show you your subconscious of what you are not letting yourself be aware of, that you're worrying about, stressing about, fearing. Like,
usually it's something on the subconscious level.
Yeah, being brought to the surface, because a lot of times we don't really pay attention to what our subconscious is, like what our thoughts are, for example, of ourselves or our relationship. Like, we go through these things in our heads 1,000 times before we actually have the conversation. So if you have the ability to catch your thoughts and change them, then your emotions will catch up with that, right?
Correct.
Right. So if you are trying to manifest a really good relationship, a good place to start is like be accountable for your thoughts. Be accountable for what you are letting yourself think.
Yes.
about your person, about yourself.
It's not just your thoughts, it's accountability of how you're controlling your emotions.
Yes.
Now, what does that mean? That means when I say something, how do you respond? How are you reacting? Are you reacting? That would be straight emotion, not so much logic.
Yeah.
You might see that whatever was said to me truly upset me. I might wear it on my face that, oh, that angered me. But am I talking to you with anger? Am I still trying to talk to you with reason? You might physically see it on me, but are you seeing everything else that I'm doing?
Yeah. And a lot of that comes with that expectation. So if I come into a conversation with you expecting you to react in a negative way or be angry, and I see anger on your face, before you even start raising your voice, you are still talking to me nicely. You're still trying to be understanding, open-minded. But in my head, you're already yelling at me.
Yep.
You're already, because I see the look on your face. I'm getting that energy of negativity, and I came in with a negative expectation. So I'm seeing you yelling at me. I'm projecting that negativity outward.
Yeah,
Okay.
that when you see me just physically angry, but not vocal. I'm not yelling. My body language, other than my face, is expressing anything in anger. I'm sitting, I'm not standing up, my arms are not flailing about. I'm still talking to you in a nice tone. I'm not using brash words.
Yeah. And would it be safe to say that at this point in our conversation, you are still in control of your emotions,
Yes.
your reactions?
Yes.
I'm already past that because in my head, I've already reacted to you. You've already, you know what I mean? I've played it out in my mind. So what I'm seeing isn't the reality of what's necessarily going on.
No, you're literally seeing that image in your head of me reacting horribly. You have put you copied and pasted that image and put it on me in real life.
And this is like people say that you have rose-colored glasses. Like, we've had conversations about this. This is me putting shit-colored glasses on it before I even...
Yep.
Yeah.
You're going to have to accept the responsibilities of things that you could have changed.
Yeah.
Because men do have feelings.
Right.
What men are taught at a young age is that our feelings don't matter.
And women mostly will tell you, oh yeah, I want a sensitive man. I want a man that is in touch with his feelings. But then we'll turn around in the relationship and emasculate that man. And do you want to talk about your feelings with a woman that does that?
Hell no. Let's be real. He cannot. What if I looked at you and said, that was not okay, what you said to me?
Right.
What do you think you're going to do?
Right. Oh yeah, because a part of being accountable that I wanted to talk about too is like having that like long ass list of justifications for what I said. Like, oh well, I didn't mean it that way, or I'm sorry, and then insert sarcastic remark like
passive aggressive backhanded compliment.
Yeah. Oh, and I think we have a tendency to do it in front of people.
Oh yeah.
And then it's not just emasculation, it's humiliation.
It's humiliation with castration.
Right. Because we normalize women emasculating and castrating men.
Yep.
With men aren't allowed to feel anything about it. They're not supposed to say anything about it.
No, because when we do talk about it at those times, oh, he's being a wimp. He's being a sissy. Insecure. He's being drama queen. He's being this. You are completely downplaying it.
It's like a lose-lose.
It's a losing situation all the way around. Talk about his insecurities. How do you rebuild that trust?
Yeah.
That's a hard one.
And then instead of being accountable for it,
you are now downplaying his feelings on it. Justifying every reason why you have the reason to do it, why it's okay.
Yeah. Why your bad behavior is okay. And it's okay, but if you were to do the same thing, absolutely not. Toxic. Absolutely fucking toxic.
Mm-hmm.
The things we tell ourselves, the games we play with our own minds, the things we let ourselves believe really does create our reality.
Yeah.